Today on Attack of the Show, the original Star Trek is getting a facelift.
Why me?
Is this a good thing?
I wouldn't make that assumption.
And we pay a visit to the hometown of Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, that's flippin' sweet.
Plus, we uncover more secrets from Lost Season 2 and take an awesome look back at the original Godzilla. All this and more on a live and quasi-futuristic Attack of the Show. Wow. Starting right now.
Drop the beat. Attack. What's going on here? Attack. Pick up on this. Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that side of the room. Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. It's Tuesday the 5th, and I am Television's Kevin Pereira.
And I am Television's Olivia Munn. I am coming to you live from the G4 Studios in LA.
Long weekend.
Yeah, and you come in with a stiff neck, and
I'm so sore.
I was hoping that something fun happened to you that you could maybe tell me about.
Well, it's a go-karting injury.
Oh, really?
Which you wouldn't think is that,
I thought it was going to be something more horizontal.
No, not at all. Well, I did get laid out, but it was by my buddy trying to pull like a Mario Kart power slide, and then he slammed right into me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was jostled. But I'm okay. I'll be all right. I've got enough Advil leaving me to kill a donkey.
Last time I went go-karting, I ran right into a gate, and I got the same kind of whiplash.
You're a woman, so no, that's expected. So lots of movies, by the way. Idiocracy, the new Mike Judge film.
The one that you're telling me that hasn't really been promoted because Fox doesn't know how to promote it at all.
They buried it. They have no idea what they're doing. It's one of the best movies I've seen all year. Probably the funniest I've seen in the last few years. So go see it if you can.
Wow.
But I was giggling. We were having the giggle fits, me and the boys. Came back, found out very, very sad news.
Oh, yeah, Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
My mom actually called me yesterday, and she was so sad. Did she
know who he was? Or?
No. I don't
Did she just hear someone died and started crying?
She was like, I'm so sad today. Steve Irwin died. Yeah. And I thought that was I didn't put it together. It was like crocodile guy. And
that's right, the famed crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. It was a fluke stingray accident, too, which is
isn't
really
that crazy?
Weird. Well, all the animals he's poked with a stick, and that's
the
a stingray
yeah. And apparently they say that they're not life-threatening, but,
only killed
right
like
through the
one
heart.
other guy. Yeah, well,
right through the heart.
That'll do it. So he was filming a documentary, unfortunately, very tragic event. And joining us now is someone who worked very closely with Mr. Irwin over the years. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Crook.
Croc, Kevin.
Croc.
And it's my pleasure to be here.
Great. I thought they had teeth on the bottom of their...
This is a serious situation. Let's stop being a smart ass.
Oh, wow. It's one of those interviews today. All right, fair enough. You knew Mr. Irwin quite well, did you not, Mr. Croc?
Yes, I did. And I think I speak for the entire crocodile community when I say he'll be missed. He did a lot to draw attention to the plight of the working crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mr. Croc, were you surprised at all that after all these years wrestling dangerous animals that something as relatively harmless as a stingray would actually do him in?
What are you implying?
I'm not implying anything.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know any stingrays.
Well, okay, we didn't say that you did. Olivia never said.
What the hell is this? Are you guys setting me up?
What?
What did they tell you? They came to us. I'll be damned if I'm taking a fall for that frickin' stingray.
Okay, what are you talking about?
He said it was going to be quick and easy. They said no one will connect you to it all. They're lying. They're lying.
Wait,
bastard.
whoa, Mr. Croc, are you trying to say that you or the crocodile community might...
No money exchanged hands. You can't prove a thing. I'm out of here. Cut the satellite. I'm out of here.
Wait, hold on. Is that okay?
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
I guess we lost our feed to the swamp. We lost our swamp feed.
Did they just say something live on air that...
They have it, folks, a message of, I think, mourning from the crocodile community.
No. I think seriously, he just admitted live on our air.
I don't know what happened there, and
seriously, I think if we were to play it back, I think that he admitted some kind of...
Either way, I don't know what happened, but Steve Irwin was a great guy. He will surely be missed.
He really will be
evident
missed.
from all the MySpace comments I got this
Definitely.
weekend. Pages of
and his poor family and kids out there. So our heart goes out to you guys. It is now time to throw open the gates to the Tower of Web Knowledge.
Are we opening the tower or the gates to the tower?
I would open the tower, but maybe you have to open up with the gates and then go in through the tower and then go up to the top.
All right, let's go around the net. Let's just do that.
Kevin! It's Labor Day! Woohoo! Okay, Kevin, ask you a very serious question.
You are nuts, woman. Yes.
To ask you a question. You're pretty much down with today's hottest, trends and fads, right?
Yeah, air guitars and hula hoops. I'm there.
Yeah, you're right.
I know all about
well,
it.
you obviously know Ghost Riding the Whip. We saw
Obviously.
a delicious demonstration of that. But what about the chicken noodle soup dance?
Is it? Oh, you can't just make something up and hope that I'm going to dance on the spot like a monkey. Look at me
That would be
go,
awesome
chicken
if you
soup
just
dance.
did. No, it's actually a real dance based around a track from DJ Webstar, which, for legal reasons, we can't play.
Of course.
Showing us that one person can make a difference. A single fan created an original dance and put it on the internets. Yeah, as you know, the internet is the best fertilizer for stuff like this.
This is a chicken soup dance.
Chicken soup, yeah. And now a search on YouTube turns up over 500 videos of the routine from professional dancers to IT professionals. Yeah, I'd say this had a chance to be the new Macarena, except it's a lot more complicated. But really, okay, seriously, how else are you going to get some dance expressions for lyrics like chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side?
They're opening the Campbell's Crunk soup.
Chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup.
It's like the peanut butter and jelly song from the sounds of it. I don't know. I haven't actually heard the track yet. I guess I'm losing it. But I think it's
I just sang
ridiculous.
it for you.
Well, listen, I don't follow stuff like this because I wouldn't even classify this as a fad. That's giving it too much credit. Like this is a one and done. This is
I know.
This hits the internet and it's gone. It's just a little trend.
Well, I was so irritated that I was actually in around the net because, we here at Attack the Show, we don't follow trends.
No.
We start revolutions, one dance step at a time.
Are you thinking skydiver?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, kids, you get in the plane. This is how the skydiver's done. You're waiting for the drop. In 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you drop, and you feel that wind resistance. Your shirt's blowing, and that's why you pull the cord to the left, then bring it to the right, and then you gotta stick that landing. Goggles up, brush it off. Now you can repeat it if you want. Thank you. It is loopable. It is seamless. Don't showboat, man. Don't showboat. We show them what we got, and that's it. You don't marinate in
I was just
stew.
really,
No, I
I was really
understand.
proud of myself because.
So we want to see what they've got. If you can do a skydiver,
yeah.
feel free to loop it. We used Euro Techno because we know it's going to be a craze across the pond. But you do whatever beat you want. Any kind of
Definitely.
Just get in the plane, hop out, goggles up, brush it off, and then repeat.
Just make sure to stick it.
That's
You
right.
always stick it.
So let's move on to Tom Cruise. Let's get it going.
Really? Again.
Look, you know how I feel about Tom Cruise, all right? It's not right what the major Hollywood studio did to him. I mean, throwing him out on his own, it was terrible. Just terrible. The guy's just an actor, and he shouldn't be treated that way.
I'm sorry, actually. I was just making a joke. I had no idea that you felt so strongly about him. And
it's okay. Apology accepted. Just don't do it again.
Oh.
Luckily, the Photoshoppers at worth1000.com were kind enough to give us some visual aids of Tom's potential new career. So here's a shot of Tom as a firefighter looking...
wow.
Well, it looks like he's posing for the camera there. But
Yeah,
there
it
he
looks
is.
like it's like a Land's End cabin.
Look, here he is making a scientific breakthrough. Could be a cure for AIDS. Maybe he found a Roundup-resistant corn strain. I don't know.
He's got a creepy smile.
Very excited. Here he is utilizing the one ceramics class he took at the Y. And, of course, he's posing for the camera as well. So... He probably can't do anything other than smile for the camera, now that I realize it. But his funding came through, so...
Well, that's great.
Good job,
Yeah,
Tom.
either that or he's just really psyched about his body thetans being neutralized.
That's true.
So
True. It doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you're no longer under the grasp of a galactic confederacy overlord like Xeno.
Someone talked to you recently about Jordan?
It was a 6-hour conference, and they had Alhambra. It was great. It was nice and cool. Big metal chairs.
Oh.
Just made me think
You didn't
a lot.
go over to the other side, did you?
No, not yet.
Tom Cruise didn't impregnate you,
I have
did
like $6,000 more and a couple more sessions before I get to that point.
Nice. And finally, proof that the lovable house cat is indeed nature's most lovable creature.
Everybody to meet Burger and Fries. Burger.
Wow. That was awesome.
That was disgusting. That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That was pretty awesome. That cat was.
That was so creepy.
It was sad that they keep him in a cage, but I understand why now, man.
And so ends another edition of Around the Net. I'm grossed out.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for the links to everything you just saw. But right now, we're checking in with Zach Selwyn.
Hey, Zach, what are you doing over there in the feed area with that nice pose?
Layla's out on assignment, guys.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm keeping her spot warm while I try to get over my Labor Day hangover. And since it's after Labor Day, now that means school is back in session. And my question to you guys is, were you guys tools in school?
No, I mean, I didn't have a lot of friends, but I was.
You were a tool.
Yeah.
Pretty much, Mun. I'm sorry to say.
Some things never change.
Yeah. It's okay.
I meant the friends. No, you're sweet. We love you.
No.
Over here
No,
and
no,
let
no,
you guys
come on, Mom,
talk.
hang out. Let's do chicken soup dance. It'll be
Oh.
all right.
We'll all do it.
We'll do
I
it.
can
There
do
you
it.
go.
Oh, let's see.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, nice.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, all I'm saying is that there's a festival out there where your inner nerd is celebrated, so you guys would be perfect going there. It is the Napoleon Dynamite Festival in Preston, Idaho, where the real locations and actors from the movie live, and we are going to take you there later on in this show. I'm very excited. And, you know, I like this.
Was that a
screen time.
Napoleon Dynamite
I
accent?
don't know.
I think it was Pedro.
See, when you watch the
Pedro.
piece, you'll see there's a lot of guys trying to do Napoleon Dynamite accents, so I
okay.
tried to do a bad version of something. I was doing the llama.
There was many layers to it. There was...
Many layers. Thank you. You know, I like this screen time so much. I'm also going to tell you what's coming up in the feed. You know what I'm talking about? First, John Madden can do more than cure athlete's foot, and I have that story. Plus, is the PlayStation 3 setting itself up for disappointment? Find out, and I'll let you know which classic TV series might be coming to movie theaters next. 90210. Not really. It's all coming your way in the feed, but first, let's go back to the couch.
All right, thank you,
I
Dr.
love
Selwyn.
90210.
Do you really? Like...
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na.
All right. So today
Yeah.
we're changing things up a little bit because we want you, the viewer, all of you kids at home, to be a bigger part of the show. So it's time to listen and perhaps react
That's true.
to you.
That's what we do.
It's going to be a listen and a react. This is a two-part thing.
Two-part portion of our show. First up today is Matt from North Carolina.
Raise up.
Hey guys, this is Matt. I was just wondering, are you guys excited about the new Star Trek series being redone, or do you think they should just leave the original series alone?
I'm excited because I loved Star Trek as a kid, and J.J. Abrams is such a talented director, and so he's going to do something great with
Well,
it.
that's the one thing. Like, the new movie is great, but this is, I think, what he wants to know here is about all the CG elements that are being introduced to the series, and that's like, I don't know how I feel about that. You know, like
Really?
Lucas went back and toyed with his stuff. Granted, he changed the storylines a little bit, but they're
Some
going
people
back
say
in.
he screwed it up more
Yeah,
by doing all
and they're
that.
going in, they're taking the original series and they're changing the ships, they're changing the planet backgrounds, they're adding all sorts of special effects, they're going high def with it, which is, it sounds cool in theory, but a lot of diehard fans, obviously, they're very upset. They think that the allure of the original Trek was its campy feel and the vintage effects. So, should Star Trek become George Lucas-fied?
George Lucas-fied?
Lucas-fied.
Well, we want to know what you guys think. Does Star Trek need a facelift? Vote our website, g4tv.com/AOTS, or text your vote to G4TXT. That's 44898 to vote and register for AOTS Live News Alert.
Now, coming up later, we have a new video from Black Shark that features a racing simulator that allows for a race with over 1,000 cars. It's called 1K Project 2, and there's no other racing game out there like it, so stick around.
Hold on to your hats. A monsoon of programming is on the horizon. Stay with us.
The original Star Trek is getting a once-over.
Glorious.
But does it really need it?
Don't destroy the one named Kirk.
And our sex experts are joining forces in your pants.
It's time to give you boys a very, very good lesson.
Change the channel and die.
Just saying hi to Kevin. Hey, over there.
Hi, Olivia.
Hey, welcome back to Attack of the Show. We are live and talking Star Trek makeover. Before the break, we asked you, does Star Trek need a facelift? Well, according to our text message counting scientists at the G4 laboratories, 59% of you said, yes, it does. Well, beam the debate up, Kevin.
This week, Star Trek celebrates its 40th anniversary, and the original series is going to be remastered for high-definition television. Now, is this a great way for the next generation of Star Trek fans to enjoy the series, or are they just George Lucasifying a great show? It's a new term. Wiki it. Raise the shields, folks! It's The Loop. Joining us tonight, visual effects producer for the remastered Star Trek, Dave Rossi, is here, the son of the late Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry, and producer Rod Roddenberry is back for more punishment, and Star Trek author and editor-in-chief for Geek Monthly, Jeff Bond. Everybody, welcome to The Loop. Let's get it going. Dave, I want to start with you here. Now, Trekkies, to say that they're passionate about their franchise is a bit of an understatement. Why toy with anything? Why remaster anything? Are they going to take kindly to this?
Well, first of all, to be hip, I'm going to use your term, Lucasifying.
Wait, thank you for dropping it. It's now a meme.
And I'm just going to say that a couple of years ago, if somebody would have approached me about doing this project, I would have said no, because I consider myself one of these purists. You won't find anybody more involved in Star Trek than me, or more passionate about it. You could be as passionate,
All right, well, Dave,
but not
so
more.
what
But let me just say
this. 2
this.
years ago to now, what happened that made you want to toy with these things?
Because I've sat down with 10-year-olds and showed them their first episode. I've sat down with 25-year-olds, with 30-year-olds, and while you watch them get into the stories and realize that these characters are really cool, once you put a visual effect of the ship on the screen, they turn and they laugh and they snicker and they say that
you know what? If that's their attitude, and if people can't watch a 40-year-old TV show without having absolutely perfect special effects, you know, I say boo-hoo.
Well,
I have to say I agree. It is in the story. It's not in the effects.
Well, what I'll say to both of you is that for people who have grown up with a certain aesthetic, I mean, there are video games that 6, 8, 10, 12, 15-year-olds are playing that have better visual effects. And if by doing this, and we're not changing anything, we're not changing the story at all, first of all. We're recreating these shots specifically and exactly.
You're replacing it, but I don't think that there's any way you cannot draw attention to these effects. When people are going to be watching this show, they're going to be thrown out of the story.
Look, Jeff,
I have to say, they're not going to be thrown out of the story. If these guys are not touching the story and they're just enhancing the visuals, I say more power to them.
That's exactly.
Bring it up to modern day.
I think you can't avoid
Look, guys, that's
being
exactly
distracted by that. It's going to be like a game of where's, find Waldo.
No, Jeff, that's not what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be for purists who don't feel that they can sit down and watch this, or that we're tinkering with their view on it.
I have a feeling that the purists are going to watch anyways. They already know the episodes by heart. So, Rod, what do you think? Your father created this series. Do you think you'd have a problem with the special effects being gussied up so maybe a 10-year-old could get brought into it?
I have to say, I don't think he would have a problem with that, as long as they leave the story alone. I know he'd keep a hawk eye on it, but I know he'd be all for bringing it into the future. I mean, Star Trek was all about human evolution.
I think,
Star Trek was about
sure, they would have loved to have had fantastic
let me just finish
in the original
this. The philosophy of Star Trek.
Hold on a second,
Jeff, 1 second. I want to let
the philosophy of Star Trek is actually looking into the future. It's evolving. It's human evolution, and we can evolve. We can evolve these visual effects too.
Yeah, but we also have to remember the past, and we're going to basically be
erasing not forgetting the past, Jeff.
The history of
These episodes will exist as they have always existed in some format. The way we're doing it. So you have a choice.
You know what?
And if you want to watch it as an original show, you can watch the DVDs that exist, or you can tune into G4 and watch them.
See, that's a good thing.
If people have a choice between watching what's
keep the original, I'll tell you something else.
All right, so Dave, when George Lucas goes back and toys with a franchise of his own, when he gussies up the special effects, if you will, he releases only that version. You're saying it really doesn't matter because, hey, the originals are still out there. You can still find them if you want.
Absolutely, and they will continue to be out there, and they will continue to be used and adored and loved by everyone. But there's no reason
why not sit your kids down and explain that this is a 40-year-old TV show and this is how they did things back then,
because
and they did incredible things as an
they'll still have the option, Jeff.
There's no reason why a 10-year-old shouldn't be able to sit down and get immersed into the show and realize that Captain Kirk, the crew, and the Enterprise are kick-ass.
All right, now, Jeff, is this? Do you only have the objection to this because it's Star Trek? If they went back and did this to a Full House or a Family Matters, would you care? I mean,
they can make a new CG Dick York for Bewitched. I mean, where does it stop? And you're going to be going back and trying to fix little continuity errors and problems in this show, and that is really a part of the charm of the show.
As I said, we're not changing any of the continuity. We're not changing story at all. We're giving people a look at the Enterprise that they just haven't been able to see before.
Why can't we just all get along? The original will still be there.
Exactly.
So people have a choice, and I'm all about choice, and I'm sure the audience is about choice.
I'll tell you
they do not have to watch the enhanced version.
Rod cut right through it. As long as Picard doesn't shoot first, I'm very happy. Listen,
I think one of the great legacies of the original show is that it did incredible things with no money for special effects. The shows of that period that had huge special effects budgets were things like Lost in Space and Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea that we all know is crap now.
And they will exist.
They will exist. That's right. We will still have the choice. Guys, I want to thank you for joining us. Listen, even at 40, Star Trek is obviously still breathing new life into itself. And in the future, I bet we see more of this with old TV shows. It's going to happen. They'll probably digitally remaster me and make me look a lot thinner in the future. I hope so. Thanks to our guests, Dave,
a lot prettier,
Rod,
for sure.
and Jeff. The technology will never exist for that. Thanks for keeping us in the loop, gentlemen. Right now, we go over to Miss Olivia Munn.
A lot thinner, Kevin? Really? You want to be thinner? Now, don't forget to watch and play Star Trek 2.0 at its new time, weeknights at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on G4. Still ahead, I'll tell you how to spank a girl when I go in your pants with sex advice. It's very important advice. Please do not miss this. And we're taking you to a festival in the real Idaho town where Napoleon Dynamite was shot. Stay tuned to TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
What's going on here?
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. We are live and kicking. And right now, let's go over to Olivia, who has your sex advice.
Joining me again is sex columnist Anna David, here to help answer your sex and relationship questions. And Kevin is here to bring a little testosterone to the table and some very bad advice from what I'll
give you the man's perspective.
The man's perspective. All right, the first guy up is looking to get his spank on. Nice.
I want to introduce spanking into the bedroom. Do I have to tell my girlfriend in advance, or can I surprise her?
Do you like spanking?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. Now I know you're the sex advice columnist, but my advice is just slap her on the ass a couple times, see if she likes it.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I'm a big fan of that in general.
It's pretty hot, I gotta say. And the thing is, it's not the kind of thing like over dinner, like, hey, darling, I was thinking of spanking you later. No, it's the kind of thing you gotta get out there, give her a little tap on the ass.
Now, here's the thing. I like to do like the warning rub. It's like almost like, you're petting a baby's head. It's like when you get them, you give it a little
nice that you're talking about babies.
No. It's
just, hold on. So and then it's like
you rub it to get the zone ready, and then you slap it for the sting, but then you rub to console.
No. Here's the thing. I have been in pain, and I don't think you want a girl who's going to be in pain. I mean, some girls like that.
Some girls derive pleasure from pain.
Kevin's got a few of those stories.
So, but I say be a little careful. Make it a tap, not like a wallop.
You know what? But then you don't want to go half-ass on it, you know? No pun intended. You want to like really just...
Yeah, I think you want don't you want a little stank on it? You want
you want a little sting.
I don't like the sting. So I mean, you have all kinds of women feel all kinds of different ways about it. So understand that she might think you're a freak. She really might.
Or she might not and love you even more.
But it is one of those things where most ladies like it, even though they might not know it.
I don't know any girl who doesn't like it. Honestly.
Slap her around. In the kitchen and in the bedroom.
Next is a guy having trouble ringing the bell.
What?
My girlfriend can't orgasm with sex alone. Is there anything I can try?
So many things.
Who cares?
It's her problem.
I'm so glad you're here, Kevin.
You know,
I think there's so many women can't orgasm from sex alone. So there are a lot of things you can do. You can give her oral sex right up until the moment you have sex.
Yawn. That's boring for the guy. I'm sorry. Come on.
That's not boring for us guys.
That's not boring at all.
Just okay. Then
some guys actually like doing that.
Yeah.
Do you like doing it?
I treat it like a mid-afternoon snack. I look forward to
That's
it.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't need to hear that.
Well, no,
that's disgusting.
The other thing, by the way,
going down on a girl for the entire time before you.
Yeah.
What if it takes her an hour?
Well, that's a pretty dedicated
guy. Hook the jackrabbit up to a car battery and let her have it for 45 minutes, then hop in when it's time to go. It's not a big deal.
There's a device called the Hitachi Magic Wand, and every woman should own it or be given it. And you can hold it under.
I don't have one.
I could give it to you.
Yeah.
They sell it at Sears, right? I mean, they sell it as like a back massager.
Yeah, it's a back massager. You can't help but have an orgasm if it's even near you.
Really?
Yeah. So you can hold it under, or she can hold it under herself, or you can hold it under her while you have sex with her. Guaranteed orgasm.
Wait, while you have sex, you use it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, where do you put it?
You can put it under her.
Olivia.
I know, I really.
Where do you put it?
Are we going to have to show her?
If you're in the middle of having sex,
it's like a plastic meat hammer. You put it anywhere. You put it on her shoulder, and she's still going to feel it. That thing is a jackhammer.
Well, you know what? Would you get me one for gift?
Yeah, I'll get you one.
She gets lots of free dildos. You know, I do know that.
I did. When I did a story, and I got like every single kind you can imagine.
Well, then maybe we can get a massager. Get lots of massagers sent to Anna David. All right, head on over to g4tv.com/AOTS, where Anna has written answers to all the questions you just heard. And to find out more about Anna, go to annadavid.com.
All right, listen, I got the real sex advice, okay? I got this one. So your girlfriend can't orgasm on sex alone, huh? Well, she has no fire under the hood. Listen, it's like most girls under the age of 28. If this is really bothering you, here's what you do, buddy, all right? Go out. Get an older woman, like in her late 30s or something like that. She knows exactly how to turn on the old love sprinkler. Set up a teaching lesson, okay, with all three of you. Mutual satisfaction will follow, and soon Here's to miss you, Ms. Robinson, and your pretty little daughter as well. You know what I'm saying?
Where the hell is Preston, Idaho? And why is everyone dressed like Napoleon Dynamite? And then find out why this is such a huge hit in Asia. Attack will be right back.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. I think we can safely say that we are the livest thing on TV at this very moment.
That is true.
Not
Right
gonna find it live or
now.
elsewhere. Coming up later, folks, we are taking you inside 1K Project 2 and showing you a new video from Black Shark that features a race with over 1,000 cars. I love the Trackmania, so stay tuned for that.
And don't forget that Live Music Thursday presented by Dentine Ice is coming up later in the week and will be bowing before the awesome might of Dragon Force. I hear that they are going to rock
They
our asses
melt
off.
faces with their unique brand of metal.
I hear that. I'm very excited.
I don't know if that's a quote that they put zooming towards the screen at
You
some
think?
point on a
Maybe
CD
they'll use it
commercial.
on their new CD.
That's what I'm thinking.
The
I hope
CD
that
cover.
a unique metal face.
That'll melt your face
Exactly.
off.
There's
Okay,
a quote
that's
there somewhere. Of course, throughout the show, we are taking your video voicemails, folks.
That's right. We want to talk with you guys, get you involved in the show. So next is Nicholas from Washington State.
Hey, Attack of the Show. This is Nicholas Byers from Lacey, Washington. What is the meaning to life?
Oh.
Wow.
I wonder if you've been
meaning to
reading my
life.
blog. I've been getting deep into the trying to figure out what life is all about.
Really?
Like, kind of going through my quarter
you
life
really?
crisis. Yeah, and I think everybody focuses on what brings them happiness, and I think that's really not the right thing to focus on because I think happiness is fleeting, it's temporary. What really life should be about is finding joy. For some people, that's a spiritual thing. For other people, that's having kids. For some people, it is making bucket loads of money. But what I think here, and it's a little deeper than that, is that humans, Olivia, are kind of like a virus. I think that we're a highly evolved, advanced form of a virus. Have you ever taken a Southwest flight in over Los Angeles and you can see this brown, gray, cancerous spot that's just sort of spreading out?
I think that the meaning of life is about sex, ice cream, and cable.
That's also pretty good, actually. That's a good one.
Yeah,
You might be
I think
right.
it's pretty simple.
Yeah,
And at the end, we all die, so what the hell?
All right. Every year, the town of Preston, Idaho gathers to celebrate the greatest thing to ever happen to their great state. And, of course, I'm talking about the movie Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes, it doesn't have a lot of competition.
No.
Although, and Zach, of course, had to get in on the tater tot eating madness.
Sweet.
Every generation, a film comes along that captures the hearts and minds of millions. And some never let it go.
Napoleon, don't be jealous, but I've been chatting online with Babe all day.
Welcome to Preston, Idaho, location for the movie Napoleon Dynamite and home of the second annual Napoleon Dynamite Festival.
Man, it looks pretty sweet. Looks awesome.
People come from all over just to be here. Some to meet its stars.
Oh, that's flippin' sweet.
And some to be recognized.
Cache Valley, Idaho. Wow, that's incredible.
Young or old, there's something for everyone here. Like Napoleon's favorite sport, tetherball. Or competitive tot eating.
We gave him a pound of tater tots and see who could eat the most of those, and then we have extras just in case they finished that.
We don't like the alphabet potatoes. We don't like the cheesy potatoes. We like the tater tots.
What the heck are you guys doing? Trying to ruin my life and make me look like a friggin' idiot?
No. The flippin' sweet bike race will make you look like a friggin' idiot. Of course, for the complete experience, one comes dressed for the part. No matter why they came, people found something in Preston that they didn't even know they were looking for. Acceptance.
The message is to dare to be different. And boy, I dare to be different as well.
And so should we all.
This is my favorite part with the singing hands. Yeah.
The singing hands, it was called sign language.
What? No, there was a club name for them. Wasn't it like Helping Hands or something like that? It wasn't. They were doing sign dancing. Whatever. Special edition of DVD of Napoleon Dynamite. It's in stores now.
And if you want to attend the festival next year, check out PrestonIdaho.org for more information.
They have their own website?
They do. It's Preston's.
Now let's head to a guy who's always got a belly full of tater tots, Zach Salwa.
Thanks, Kevin.
You better believe it, guys. They're a little squishy.
We'll bet.
Do you love tater tots, though?
I love my tots. All right, let's do this. Layla is out on assignment, and by assignment, she's got 102 and is in bed. I'm Zach Selwyn, and it's time to start the feed. After 17 years, you'd think the football video game franchise Madden NFL would be considering retirement. Instead, boom! It's more fired up than Bill Parcells taking a meeting with Terrell Owens. Like that boom, that's what Madden does in that whole thing. Anyway, Madden NFL 07 has officially become the best-selling installment in the game's history, racking in $100 million in its first week. This puts the game in the same category as major blockbuster films. By comparison, The Da Vinci Code made $102 million in its first week. What do you know? Of course, Madden has a long way to go to catch some of the best-selling games of all time. Microsoft's Halo 2 grossed $125 million in its first 24 hours. While the outlook for game sales is good, the outlook for one game console in particular is not so healthy. According to specs posted online for the PlayStation 3, the console will have an HDMI port as expected, but will not come with an HDMI cable. In other words, you can play in high definition, but you'll have to shell out even more money on top of the PS3's $600 price tag. Rumors are also circulating that the load times on PS3 games will be extremely slow, which, if true, is very disappointing. I mean, it is supposed to be next gen, right? Kind of like when Ben Affleck ditched Jennifer Lopez for Jennifer Garner. That was his next gen. MySpace has partnered with a digital music company called Snowcap, and the deal will allow bands to sell their own music through their MySpace pages. MySpace will create a digital storefront through which bands and labels can sell music directly to consumers through a MySpace page. So you know that annoying song that plays on an endless loop on your buddy's page? Now you can own it! Solid. According to original TV series co-creator Stephen Cannell, a brand new A-Team movie script has been written. In an interview with Empire magazine, Cannell says that all previous scripts have been thrown out and a new one has just been finished. He does not identify the screenwriter, nor does he mention that any director or stars are attached. However, Cannell did say that ideally he'd like the part of team leader Hannibal to be played by Bruce Willis. Dare to dream, Steve. Finally, the underground UK artist Banksy has set his sights on wannabe pop star Paris Hilton and her debut album. Banksy has begun putting doctored versions of Hilton's Paris CD on store shelves, each one offering a not-so-subtle critique of the heiress, as well as strange ambient music created by Banksy himself. No word on how many people unsuspectingly bought one and found out that they like Banksy's music a lot better. That's all for today. Be sure to check out G4TV.com/thefeed for all the stuff I didn't have time to get to. Now loosen your throat muscles because you've just been fed. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Zach. Okay, my obedient little couch monkeys, you stay put because we're tossing more steaming handfuls of show at your face. Kevin, that means you two do not leave. When I tell you to leave, seriously, when I tell them to leave, you stay put, because if they come back and you're not here, what the hell?
See the film that started the global phenomenon, Gojira. Then, we break down the newest batch of iPod killers.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I am Olivia Munn, as far as you know. And as far as Kevin knows, too. Right, Kevin?
Sure. Yeah. All right. Now, every Tuesday, new DVDs are thrust into the world, and Chris Gore is there to catch them when they fall. And then he coddles them and raises them like little babies that suckle from his hairy teat. It's DVD Tuesday. I didn't know where else to go with that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to reveal that. That's on the special edition of the show.
It is very hairy.
Welcome back to the show, Chris.
Thank you.
Lots of good DVDs.
A lot of good DVDs.
So let's start. I don't want anybody to be lost.
That's right. That's right.
You like the way I did? All right. Lost.
Good segue.
Complete season 2. What's going on with this one?
You know what? I don't know if you were a Lost fan like I was and were confused during season 2, but this is what's great. Here's what I love about watching season 2 of Lost on DVD is you get to watch them all at one time. Mm-hmm. It's no little TV bug that's in the corner. It's either here or here. You know, when you're watching it, no commercials, no next week this is going to happen.
No waiting 6 weeks through repeats to get to the next episode.
You can watch them all at one time. That is the way to watch TV, is on DVD. Right. That's the way I prefer to watch it.
Especially a show like Lost that is shot so cinematically. It's shot like a movie.
Exactly, exactly. There's 3 of the episodes have commentary on it. And let me just say about the commentary, absolutely no insight whatsoever.
Really?
They point out a couple of Easter eggs. For example, in the very first season premiere, you can hear Kate's voice in the background in one scene. So they actually do layer things in quietly, and they'll point them out for you, which is really helpful.
In comparison to the season 1 DVDs, which were like extra devoid, are these better though? I mean, these are commentary tracks aside?
Absolutely, these are definitely better. You've got the 3 commentaries, an entire disc just of extras, behind the scenes of about half of the episodes, and then What I love about what they did with this set is they actually set up the menus to be confusing. Just like the Dharma Initiative, it's like you've got these phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 you can select, and it doesn't tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. There's a really cool special feature where what they do is they show how each of the characters is connected to the other.
Oh, nice.
And what's cool is no explanation about how it works. It just kind of moves you around. It's not quite a game.
I love it when I buy a DVD and I have to look up on the internet how to actually watch the movie.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
That's what's cool about it. So this one actually
What's
has
the bottom line for it, though, Chris?
far more extras on it. And I got to say, as much as I was disappointed with season 2 of Lost, this is a buy because the extras are so good, the menus, they put a lot of care into it. It's a great box set.
Extras can always make a bad DVD good. Or
this one definitely does.
Good. All right. So next up we have Gojira. Which I thought was a joke, like when they say, I love the rock and roll music.
No, Gojira.
Gojira.
This is the original, what this is the original Japanese Godzilla movie, which is called Gojira in Japan. And then additionally on the same disc is the original Godzilla with Raymond Burr. That version in the States, a lot of people don't know this, but what they did is all the Raymond Burr footage was added later to kind of Americanize the film. The running time of Gojira is 98 minutes. The Raymond Burr version, 80 minutes. They added Steve Martin. He plays a character named Steve Martin, reporter. And so all that stuff was shot later.
Minutes and minutes of apple pie eating and baseball playing, right?
Exactly. What they did is they really cut down a lot of the references actually to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And this is really an anti-war film that got really turned into more of a monster movie. But the first one, if you watch Gojira, the Japanese version, it's a very serious, somber film. And what's cool is there's a guy who does commentary on it, Steve Rifle, and another Godzilla expert. It's like taking a class in Godzilla pop culture because you learn that the word Gojira kind of comes from gorilla whale, which was the nickname of a burly stagehand.
And Rosie's Return to the View.
Which was a rumored way that... That's pretty good.
Thank you.
A rumored way that Gojira got his name, but there's just so much on
it. It sounds like it's loaded. I'm assuming your bottom line on this one is we should probably pick it up.
This is definitely a buy, just because if you've never seen this in its original form, you have to see this. It's a serious Godzilla movie.
Now, very quickly, because we're almost out of time, but I got to get to SARS Wars.
Okay, SARS Wars is so weird.
It's why General Grievous has the chest cold, right?
Exactly. No, it's this Thai film. Tawiwat Wantha is the writer-director of this movie. It's a zombie movie meets Kill Bill, but it also has to do with this bizarre disease. I mean, the special effects and stuff are totally corny.
I love those effects.
They even make reference to how cheesy the movie is within the movie. So it's and also they mix in some anime within it, which is totally bizarre.
Yeah.
What I love about this, it actually works. I mean, I love a good zombie movie, right? I mean, Dead Rising.
And SARS Wars much better than Bird Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest.
Bird Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, not so fun. But SARS Wars, so much fun. Also, a ton of extras. It's subtitled. You will love it.
Bottom line, Gore.
Seek it out. Buy it.
Boom.
Buy SARS Wars.
3 buys.
So
You're
much
on fire
fun
this week.
Never
man.
happens.
Good
it never
stuff.
happens here. Yeah.
Thanks to Chris, of course. Visit filmthreat.com or chrisgore.com for more movie info. Now, look, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why am I looking at 2 dudes? And come here, Chris. Why am I looking at 2 dudes and not Olivia? Well, I could remedy that. You know how?
How?
Olivia.
Thanks, Kevin. Settle down, fanboys. I'm still here. There is more show coming up, including an inside look at MP3 players in AOTS hardware. Now, breathe. Remember to breathe.
What's going on here?
Give a little.
We're back. Welcome back to a live attack of the show. Now, as far as MP3 players go, most people immediately think of iPods.
Yeah, they're like the Kleenex or the Post-it of portable music devices. You know, synonymous. They got the name. Everybody
Today,
knows.
our very own gadget guru, Will O'Neill, takes a look at 3 contenders trying to dethrone the iPod. Come back in, Kevin.
While the MP3 market is anything but new, the fact remains that manufacturers are still creating interesting and innovative products. Now, you all know how I feel about the iPod, which is why today I'm here to show you 3 would-be iPod killers. With its innovative touchscreen and awesome design, the aesthetically conscious will dig the Philips Go Gear. It rocks a color display which looks great when checking out photos, although the screen is kind of small. Of course, it's a music player, so this isn't that much of a problem. Sound-wise, the Go Gear kicks ass. And in addition to that massive 30GB hard drive, it also rocks an FM tuner and a voice recorder. Before you run out and drop nearly $250 on the Go Gear, be sure to play around with it first. That touchscreen, while cool, might not be for everyone. If you like the Creative ZenVision M, but didn't need that 30GB of storage or wanted something a little bit smaller, you're gonna love the ZenV Plus. With 2 gigabytes of storage, it won't hold nearly as much music as its big brother, but the thing is so small and compact that it makes up for it. Like the ZenVision M, the ZenV Plus has an FM radio, voice and inline recording, photo and video playback, and of course it has DRM support. Rhapsody to go? Here I come. Kudos aside, its size means that it's not terribly practical for photo and video viewing. If that's not enough, it doesn't feel very solid. Nevertheless, I'm still carrying one around. Like the Creative ZenV Plus, the iRiver Clicks is a 2 gigabyte multimedia player that's pocket friendly. The first thing you notice when you pick it up is that there are no visible buttons. The device gets its name because you click down on the sides, top, and bottom of the screen to activate the controls. We like the Clicks as a music device, but its small screen isn't practical for photo and video viewing. Also, like the Go Gear, the screen is prone to smudging. Like the other devices, the $200 Clicks has an FM radio and has DRM support.
So, Kevin, what do you?
Digital audio just tickles her. She just gets all giggly just thinking about it.
I just love seeing Will. He just cracks me up. I always think of his Lil Will.
Little Will?
His Lil Will thing.
Yeah. Very
Not saying that he's Lil, you know what I mean?
No,
so, but watching that, I was wondering, what do you think about MP3 player? I mean, I have an iPod.
I'm not getting a new one until it's in my phone. It should be all in the
really?
device. Yep. Still coming up, we're showing you the best racing simulator around on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing.
Crack open a
Where else you gonna see this stuff?
Wow, no wonder you got the job.
For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show, in the Loop, we're talking fantasy football. Is it just for jocks and meatheads? And it's AOTS Snow Day. We're filling our parking lot with snow for the first ever AOTS Triathlon and Snowball Fight. It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
Yes, we are live and riding a wave of info. And tonight, make sure to watch Arrested Development at 11:30 p.m. Eastern right here on G4. And then check out the coolest and most complete Arrested Development website on the net at g4tv.com/Arrested Development.
And finally, it's time to take you inside the 1K Project 2 video. It's from Black Shark, and it uses the racing simulator Trackmania Sunrise.
Black Shark has overlaid 1,000 replays on top of each other and created a race of over 1,000 cars. There is nothing like it. Ready, set, go. Here is a new video.
Now, for all the things you saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS. Good night, everybody.